Hey, Nathan from Inside Google here again. We've got a special treat for you right now. It's a product that's being released actually it's a product that's going to be released hours after I've shot this video, but by the time this video is online, it should be just coming live. It's Ask.com's brand new advanced search interface. It is a very exciting product, and I'm going to show it all to you right here, right now. Basically, Ask.com has been testing out this really cool thing, AskX, which is kind of a prototype search interface, just showing you some things that very cool ideas, and nobody really knew what the purpose of it was. And today we find out that in fact that what we are seeing in AskX is being used to create the new Ask.com search engine. And I got to speak with Gary Price from Ask.com last night, and he ran me through it, and I've got it running here on my system, and we're going to show you some really cool stuff. You're going to love this. So let's go right over. First off, I just want to mention this is running off a test server from Ask, so there might be some performance issues, and I've noticed a placeholder graphic or two, so a graphic that's missing. So that's going to happen, but the real version that goes live tonight is going to be obviously not going to have these same problems. It's going to be running on the same servers that Ask.com runs on reliably right now. So let's get right into it. They call this Ask 3D, and you'll see why. This is the new home page. It's enormously clean, but at the same time it's very modern looking. There are buttons up here for the main services: web, images, city, news, blogs, and a little arrow right over here that pops out a few more: videos, maps and directions, shopping, and browsing your favorites. And I like the little icons. They're kind of iPhone-like, actually. That's what I thought when I looked at them. Another cool feature that this homepage has is right over here is a skins button. You hit that and you get a number of skins. Roll over any of them and you'll see a preview right over here. And you can click on any one of them and the page will instantly reskin. Not all of them are in yet. Well, actually, apparently they are. So you can see how this looks very cool. You click on any one of these and the color changes over here, which is just a nice little touch. So let's jump right in. Let's run a search because this is a live version of it. Let's search for, let's search for something that's been in the news, like say the iPhone, right? First off, you'll notice that search suggestions come down as I type. I typed in iPHO and it says iPhone, iPhoto, iPhone from Apple. Ask.com is the only company doing this on their main search engine. Google has it as Google Suggest. Other companies have a feature like this, but Ask.com is putting it right in their main search engine, search suggestions as you type, which is an amazing feature. And basically they're saying we're putting in an advanced feature into our search engine because people are going to take advantage of it. People don't discover things like Google Suggest. They maybe read about it on my blog, but for the most part they're never going to see it. Ask.com is throwing it right here. So while you're typing, like I only wrote iPho, you hit down on your keyboard and press enter and you have iPhone. And then the search results will come up. And here they are. Now, wait a second. As you'll notice, this is a 3-column search interface. In the left column, you have basically your controls. You have your search box, you have the links to the other search services, and then you have Ask's extra features. This is they have narrow your search and expand your search, something that's called it's their zoom feature. Basically, it's the idea of zooming in and out of searches. This is a feature Ask has had before, but has been very hard for people to discover, especially since it was kind of all the way over there. So Ask is putting it right here below the search box. The idea being, like, okay, since I'm searching for iPhone, zooming out from iPhone, you have to picture it in your head. The idea of zooming out from it would be cell phone, mobile phone, old phone, that sort of thing. And zooming in to be more specific, that's zooming in to be more specific, and zooming out is something like telephone or computer because we're getting less specific. So it's the idea that people can move from one search to something more specific or less specific so they can get the results they want. And also down here are related searches. Now here are the actual search results. you'll see that they've chosen to put in here news because iPhone is in the news, followed by the sponsored ads right over here. And I was told last night that at most Ask search engine will show you 8 ads. That's a maximum of 8. Here we have 3 up here, and just to jump down to the bottom, apparently there are 6 here at the bottom, so maybe it's a maximum of 9, but I was assured that they had looked into this and they are trying to have the least amount of maximum ads of any search engine. Actually, if you take a look on Google on any sort of really competitive search term like domain registration, you'll see that the ads in the right sidebar run all the way to the bottom of the page. In fact, if you set in to have 100 search results, they'll pretty much run all the way down. It's unlimited. And Ask limits the number of these ads you're going to see. And one thing is they don't put any ads in the right sidebar, which is considered prime real estate for ads, because they're putting features here, and we're going to look into those features more in a minute. So Ask is putting the features, giving the user more features and taking away from the ads available for the advertiser, which is showing where their priorities are, because obviously they have to fight on features here, so they need to get the users to come to their search engine, and they're making a really good statement by doing that over there. So let's take a look at everything else. Just a few other things to note. Next to all the search results is this little binoculars icon, which is a feature Ask has always had, but it's a little more visible, and when you roll over it, you get to see a screenshot of the page. And this screenshot is larger than it used to be. But another thing that they're also doing is over here, it tells you how big the page is, how many kilobytes, or in worst case megabytes it is, and how long it'll take to load at a 56K connection. So if you're running dial-up, you're better off using a search engine like this that tells you, oh, you know what, this page is going to take you 5 minutes to load, maybe go to the next search result that's going to take 20 seconds to load. And not only that, but if that page is using a feature which some older browsers might not support, then it warns you of that too. Right over here it says, this site uses Flash. So you'll know ahead of time if that site uses Flash, and I'm told it even warns you if the site has pop-ups, if you want to avoid a website like that. It's great to warn people right from the search page in a way like this so that they know what's coming. I also like there's this very subtle little effect that highlights a red line over every search result as you run your mouse over it. There's also, when you do, you'll notice this thing right over here. If you use Ask's My Stuff feature, which lets you save things in like a clipping place, you've got a link with every search result when you roll over it to add that to your stuff. So you're getting an advantage of using all these extra features right from the search engine. Okay, so let's take a look now at the right sidebar, which we were talking about a second ago. Let's pick something like baseball. Right? Okay, so what we've got here is basically it's something that they call a morph algorithm that looks at what you're searching for and determines the most appropriate things to show you that would be in addition to that. So instead of, because most searchers only use the main web search. Some of them go to image search, some go to news search, and few of them go to any of the extra features. So what Ask is doing is it's putting all the search engines right in front of you by determining which ones are the most important for you to see. So it thinks that if you're looking for baseball, there are certain things it thinks you might be interested in. First off, you'll notice the smart answer up here. The one thing Ask's been known for since it came into being years ago was the smart answers that are put above search results giving you extra information. In this case, it's since I searched for baseball, it gives us a smart answer about Major League Baseball. It actually gives you links, a drop down right over here for every single team in baseball, and links to check out scores, schedules, statistics. This is valuable stuff. If you're searching for baseball, there's a good chance you want to know what game's going on today, and right there, it's available for you. But the new thing is the right sidebar. So what they've done here is, let's see, for baseball they've chosen to give us images, because you might be looking for pictures of baseball players. And when you run over any of these images, it gets slightly larger. So that this way it doesn't take up a lot of page when you're not using it, and when you are, you get to see a decent size what these things look like. And you can click more to go to the main image search engine and see all the images. Okay? Now, the next one they've done is event listings, because you might want to buy tickets to a baseball game. It's smart that way. It knows. And the beauty, of course, is that Ask's parent company, IAC, might own a company that, say, sells tickets. So it's good for them and it's good for you. Then news, because you might be looking for the news. You might want to know what happened in yesterday's game. And the dictionary, giving you the definition of baseball right from the search engine page. No need to click on anything else. Now, this changes with every search you do. Because of the Morph algorithm, you are getting a different set of things in the right sidebar with every single different search you run. Let's try something video related. Something we know, Saturday Night Live, right? Okay, so first off, you'll notice that it isn't just on the home page. As I'm typing over here, the same search suggestions come down. And once again, I can just move them with my keyboard. I've only typed in SATUR, and the first one is Saturday Night Live. I hit enter, and we search for Saturday Night Live. A smart answer about it with the official site, episode lists, and we have, again, it's chosen for us images and an encyclopedia listing about Saturday Night Live. But here's one thing that's really cool, is the next one that we've got in here is videos. And so they're giving us links to videos, just 2 videos here right next to the regular search results. But one cool thing is if you run over the thumbnail of the video, it's actually an animated thumbnail. It starts moving, giving you a few seconds of the video to see. It's not actually playing the video, which would take up a lot more bandwidth. It's just giving you a short thing just because, hey, it's a video, it moves, and, well, they're proving it. And you can get a very small idea. Just in case the thumbnail sucks, it'll move and you'll get a better idea. So one other interesting thing they do is, well, let's take a look here. We're going to search for someone who's been in the news. Bush, let's say. And first off, once again, you got a smart answer about Bush. And not only that, but because there's more than one important Bush, there's a drop-down box over here that lets you choose a different Bush. Here we get George W. Bush is considered the most relevant because he's the current president, but if you want to check out George Prescott Bush, or Jeb Bush, Laura Bush, Barbara Bush, or several other Bushes, you can just click here and check that out. And so one cool thing that they've done is we have images up here of Bush, but also in a separate section, news images. Showing images that have been in recent news stories along with links to the stories that are related to them. Because they're breaking together separately images and news images because there's very different reasons why you would want images. And down here, a shopping section, just in case maybe you want to buy a book about our president. Another cool thing to notice is, let's say you type in the name of a city. So let's say we go with New York, and one thing it does is it decides I might want to know the weather in New York. So right over here we get the weather. It's 68 degrees outside and mild. I'd completely disagree. It is 68 degrees and it sucks out there. Also, one cool thing is when you have these results here, you realize, wait a minute, they have the weather for New York. Maybe I want to know the weather in a different city. So you can click this this magnifying glass right over here, and it'll give you a search box that just appears immediately in the page, and you can enter any city in there, like Denver, and it will bring up a page about Denver, with the weather in Denver given center stage and lots of other stuff. There's also a map of Denver, and videos about Denver. It's really being smart in the way it's choosing things for you. And you'll also notice over here that because there's more than one city named Denver in the country, there's a drop-down box asking you, if you don't mean Denver, Colorado, do you mean Denver, Pennsylvania, Denver, Indiana, Denver, Maryland, Denver, New York? I didn't even know there was a Denver, New York. But it's making sure, in case I'm not talking about the obvious Denver, Colorado, I have an option here to choose a different city. This is something Ask.com has had for a while, but people are going to discover this now because of this great new interface. Jumping back to New York, it's also telling us the current time in New York. And once again, there's a little hourglass icon we could click to get the current time in a different city, just in case that's something you might have wanted to know. And again, a map of New York, you can click on it and go through Ask's map product and see the map for New York. And there's lots of other integration because Ask is part of a big company that owns lots of different things. Like if we type in an artist, like Oh, who won that American Idol thing? Kelly Clarkson, right? So we type that in, and well, obviously again a smart answer with links to images, products, concert tickets, music downloads, and ringtones. But one thing you may not know is that the same company that owns Ask owns iLike, which is it's a music service. So because it knows that you've just typed in the name of an artist, it lists popular tracks by that artist from iLike right over here, 3 songs, and a link where you can get more. And you can click to actually play So, right in the middle of the search page, we're playing her song. Hey, I clicked pause. Good. Okay. Point is, we're getting... what other search engine is playing music for you right over there? And of course, because they own the service, you can go read more about it and maybe buy the song and make them some more money. It's smart integration and it works for everybody's advantage here. One cool thing they've done is that every search engine has an advanced search page. And one thing every advanced search page is annoying, because you're loading up a completely separate page. Sometimes they don't even work very well with the previous page you were on, and you're asking the user to do a lot of work, and the user rarely does. So one thing Ask has done is that the link right over here for the advanced search page, you click on it, it doesn't load a separate page. It loads it on the same page. It just overlays the advanced search page on top of your search results. It puts your query right over here and lets you do whatever the hell you want with it to specify when the page was last modified, the language, typical stuff for an advanced search page, but you're getting it right over here on the regular search page, which is a huge advantage. Another cool thing is the stuff here in the left sidebar, they've all got more links, the zoom feature. So let's say you like the zoom feature about narrowing your search. You see Kelly Clarkson lyrics, biography, facts, but maybe you're looking for some other zoom thing, but it's not here, and maybe it should be. You hit the More button, it doesn't load up a separate page, it loads up a list right over here. And if you click the More button on some of them, the list is filled with considerable amounts of information, so much that it's got a little scroll bar, so you can go up and down and find something. Here are other artists. So all of a sudden you are on Kelly Clarkson, and now you're going to check out Good Charlotte or something. So it's just convenient stuff. The more you use it, the more cool little features you're going to find, and the more you're going to love it and want to use it all the time. And one thing I love is that it works so perfectly in the Opera browser that I use, so you probably will see me using this a hell of a lot more. And we're mostly done here, but let's just throw in another thing or two. If you search for Inside Google, which is, by the way, where you should be going after this to check out links and more information, at google.blognewschannel.com. If you search for Inside Google, you get something like this at the top, which they have for a lot of popular blogs. It shows you the latest posts from the blog. My latest post written before this was about the iPhone ad, apparently. I don't even remember. And it shows you where you can get more information about Inside Google. And one cool thing that they've just added is the ability to subscribe in your RSS feeder to this to get updates about the blog. And you click this and a little drop down comes down with links to subscribe in many different services. Bloglines is owned by Ask, but you can also subscribe in Google, AOL, Yahoo, and others. And these are all competitors of Ask, but they put it in there so that you can subscribe to it in however you want to do it. And they've got lots of different types of blog results in here, very cool ones. So one thing they've done is when they show you, they sometimes will show you blog results in the sidebar as part of their blog search engine. And what they're doing now is not only are they going to show you blog results, but they've actually categorized many different types of blogs into what type of blog. So when you're searching on music, you're not going to get blog results, you're going to get music blog results only from a music blog search engine. Like right over here, again on the Kelly Clarkson search, we are seeing 3 music blog listings right at the bottom. And that also works for photo blogs and apparently other categories of blogs too. So it's just an interesting thing they're doing with blog search, categorizing things specifically as photo blogs, which I don't know if any blog search is doing something like that. So basically, Ask's done some really cool things here. Put out a new search interface that nobody has anything like this. It's probably the most advanced search interface right now from any major player in search. And they've basically made a very bold move saying, yes, a search engine can have powerful features, something that the other companies are afraid to do. A search engine doesn't need to have the same design that worked in 1998. It isn't all about white space, even though this is clean. It's not Google. It's putting information, lots of information, useful information. It's not expecting you to click on Google product search to look for products. If it thinks you're looking about a product, it's going to put a product search result in the right sidebar. It's going to help you out because maybe the advanced searcher knows how to use things, but the typical user doesn't know what's available out there, and Ask is bringing everything to the forefront. I'm guaranteeing that this is going to be very, very successful for them, that they're going to get a lot of new users out of this because they've really just done an incredible job here, and you have to check this out. It's going to be at ask.com at 12:01 a.m. Tuesday morning. And please just check it out and go to google.blognewschannel.com, send some feedback, and we'll talk later. I'm Nathan, and I'll see you.